I don't know.
Okay.
The coolness is not necessarily the drinking it. It's saying it in a really low Johnny Cash swagger.
Sure.
Red dog.
Red
Okay.
dog.
I like. Nice. Okay.
Aaron's kind of a British red dog.
I don't have
Red dog.
A proper dog.
Red
A
dog.
proper dog.
rhyme or free. It doesn't matter to me. It's my bad poetry. Good day, and welcome to My Bad Poetry, a podcast where we take a deep dive into our poems from youth, yesteryear, or even yesterday, always asking the question, why in the world did I write this? I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave.
And today we have with us the author of the book, The Ways We Vanish, which is not a how-to guide for magicians, in case you were wondering. Also the author of the chapbook, Ragnarok at the Father-Daughter Dance. Todd Dillard, welcome to My Bad Poetry.
Hey, it's good to be bad here. You're bad?
Yes, yeah?
Yeah?
Before
My
we
bad.
started recording, we even talked about the script, and I did not have a chance to look at it beforehand. I did not see not a guide for magicians.
Did you like that?
I was so close to sitting down because I just, like, my heart hurt after that, Aaron. Are you kidding me?
You wanna know a secret
Yes.
that I've never shared before that ties into this, and maybe Aaron has a bit of insight into this with humor. But my narrator, I often think of as a sort of really messed up magician. Someone who lives between the real world and this magical world and this craft that links the two. And I think that comes from kind of how when I first got back into poetry after a big hiatus, I started writing and publishing in speculative magazines like Strange Horizon and Asimov's. And so that carried over into this sort of soft surrealism that I do. And there you go.
Wow. You see, Dave, if I didn't make these dumb little jokes, we would have never learned that secret.
Yeah, Dave, come on.
Aaron,
Yeah.
technically helpful. Ugh.
Well, Todd, it's a very brief intro to a person with what I assume is multitudes. Is there anything that we might have missed that you want to lift up for our dear listeners?
Not really. Like, I am someone who is very active on social media. So if you want to follow me, I have abandoned Twitter.
Good call.
I still post too much on Bluesky, and I've started posting a lot more on Instagram. And I found them both very welcoming and in very different ways. I share more of my work on Instagram. So if you hear some of this badness and you are inexplicably enthused, you can find some of my better work over there. But if you just want to like shoot the breeze with me or whatever, I'm often posting weird and snarky and fun things on Bluesky. So other than that, I don't know. I'm in book limbo. I had a book that came out. Ways We Vanish came out 6 years ago almost, and the chapbook came out a year and a half ago. And I'm submitting the new book. It was a finalist for the Donald Hall last year, but it's been a finalist everywhere I've submitted it. Basically, has not been picked up though. So I'm gonna try again. We will see. So I've got nothing new. This is what you get.
Yeah. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Seriously, I'm Mr. Congeniality over here. It's I'm so happy for all. It's not like I feel negatively about it.
Sure.
I get that this is the process.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. And I'm always excited about new work that's coming out from all of our amazing poets. But man, it'd be nice if I could like join one of them, to have a book come out. We'll see.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, Dave, how about you bring us into the realm of bad poetry with whatever you have hastily written for us this week?
My poem for today is called Whoopsie Daisy. What a beautiful day. The sun is shining above freezing. I pull into the lot, get to my spot with accelerator easing. My door swings open with a gust of fresh, refreshing air. I hop out of my van, feeling fine and dandy and fair. Walk toward the door, trusting my feet to know the way. Pass by a truck, casting a shadow in early day. My knee hits the ground before my brain can know its place. A small patch of ice makes me fall flat on my face. Now, I don't know if you know this, but this is a slightly autobiographical poem.
Oh, just a little?
In that, I mean, it was really subtle. There was no way to know who this idiot of an author would be.
The speaker was ambiguous.
Yeah.
Right.
How's your face, Dave?
My face is great. My knee is on fire.
Yeah. Oh man. I hurt my knee as a teenager and had to have knee surgery. That's not a fun area to wound.
No.
I really liked the "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" cadence.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That was really good. Like I could smell chestnuts roasting on the fire as the narrator screamed in pain. It's good. It's a nice marriage of reference but newness. So that wasn't bad. You call that bad?
Oh, it was terrible.
Todd, he said freshly fresh.
That you like?
Fresh refreshing.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
But in retrospect,
different words.
In retrospect, like what is the first sort of F sound you're going to make in that environment? Maybe the alliteration there, the little was foreshadowing the tumble to come. Yeah. There you go.
1,000%. I'm glad you picked up on my effort there.
I really believe in this idea that metaphor exists beyond the image. It also exists in sound too. And I really appreciate you wielding this sort of architectural craft for us. It
also
very
really
amazing.
exists in the BS that you're spewing.
Oh.
Wow. Dave, you're a native Minnesotan.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's
I
rough.
should have known.
You should have known. You walk like a penguin, Dave. Walk like a penguin.
But there wasn't ice out there. It shouldn't have been there.
I know. The sun is deceiving today. It is rather It's rather warm. A lot of thawing. The wrong kind of ice is melting, but that's okay. Yeah. But
it's I'm in PA. It is about 2 inches of ice covering this like fresh snow. I've had those heating rope things on my arms and back because I have to basically use my shovel as an axe to crack the ice before. I've already snapped one shovel.
yes.
Which is not a thing that like I thought could happen. But yeah, I'm from Texas, so this is, even though I've lived in the North for 20 years now, this combination of like ice snow parfait or whatever this is my first, and it sucks.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It does. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Every year about this time, my wife Abby will say, "Why do people live here?" Because of the ice and snow parfait, as you just described, and what I seem to recall back in my childhood when we were shoveling snow, we had metal shovels, shovels, right? Nowadays, it's all this like cheap plastic. You hit any chunk of ice and it just cracks immediately.
It's so funny you say that because the shovel of mine that broke was metal, and the one that I used instead was plastic, and that's more resilient.
My goodness.
I don't understand.
I don't.
The thing is, this is I didn't know we were going to talk about this. I'm so happy because I want to talk about how amazing the shovel is because it has like a handle on the tip that is like almost like a bridge, so a flat top and then its side, and it's big enough for my leg to get in there, so I can wedge the shovel underneath and then use my like body weight to crack through. I feel so powerful, and the metal shovel just felt too flimsy. I don't know.
Okay, well, it just goes to show it. You got to get the right shovel.
Yeah.
Metal or plastic, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Different strokes.
Sure.
So I like how this is a podcast about poetry, but it turned into 3 middle-aged men talking about shovels.
Listen, we have one thing in common right now, and it is our awful shared chore. Okay.
Shovel-aid stuff. Oh, well, yeah. How about we get to your poems here?
You want to? Okay, so
yes,
I will jump on my poems. Hold on.
Yes.
I want to start by. I know I'm not supposed to introduce a poem. I'm not going to give it away. This is a bad poem, but the poem that it became, I think, is really good. So I'll just leave it at that.
Good.
I will read the good what it became at the end when it's time to read the good poem.
I love that.
But for now, we will start with this bizarre first draft. And some people may recognize what this poem became, and some people may just not be able to get past how bad it is. So, the title, That Thursday When the Miracle Died. The dog at the bottom of the well refuses to get into the bucket despite the man leaning into the well and shouting, "Get in the bucket." His one hand jerking the rope as the dog paddles in circles. "You stupid mutt," the man screams. "You're going to die." Slumped against the well, the man waits for a silence that is also the silence. How will he explain this to his two kids? What image will he sear into their childhoods, red-eyed in the doorway, cradling the limp leash, the dark behind him, huge as a creation myth? Why his wife in bed will later say, only to roll again into that dark. In the white threading her hair, the man will see the sycamore limbs which bramble his walk home. Biscuit. That's what his daughter named the dog, for the way its back fur bronzed as if soaking up a pat of butter, for how its belly hair gleamed white as the center of freshly cracked bread. Kit, Kit, his son would call, throwing his arms around its neck, letting himself be dragged across the house the way he let milk drag him into sleep. The man stands, peers into the well. The dog spins, frothing the water's circumference. When does the nothing you do become the nothing you are? The well is not so wide, shorter than his spread arms, not so far down, the man thinks. It's fall's first month. No snow has sprinkled ash onto mailboxes. Aren't there Nordic swimmers who've plunged into worse? The man pulls himself over the well's lip. He lowers himself down, spider eggs bursting milky under his hands, slugs beneath his fingers pulping. The water's so cold at first, the man reaching it thinks the dog bit him. The dog, quick to claw to the man's chest, be zipped into the soaked coat. Afterwards, the man will swear he doesn't remember the climb up, just that it was farther than he thought. The well's walls jagged, rocks gouging stigmata scars into his palms. Then the slap of wet paws on packed earth, the scraped knee sliding over the well's lip, warm damp exfoliating the man's cheek. And that feeling, glimpsed in the day's encroaching blue, not that God was here just now, but that he had been here once before, but was gone now. We live where his shadow used to scrape. The dog's tail wags, its barks urge the man home. Has the world never been the world? Has it always been something aberrant? And the man wonders, unbound. Something small pulls at the end of the rope in the man's hand. Something hungry, alive, pulls the man deeper into the dark. It doesn't speak. It knows the way. Two knee injury poems back to back.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. Great minds.
Great.
Me and you, Dave.
I didn't have any stigmata, so we're good.
Yeah, sorry. Right though? Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. Todd, I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
Yes, I'm nervous because
dear.
you said that this turns into something good.
Mhm.
And I worry that if I point out anything, it might it might be a seed of that. Which is good. So,
I guess that's the risk you take when you start a podcast.
yeah, it really is, man. It really is. So
That was my red dog voice, by the way.
Red dog.
oh, but this dog's name is Biscuit.
I think in a later draft, it's named like Buttermilk Biscuit, which is probably the worst sort of copying or cloning of. Do you know Bridget Peachy Kelly and her poem Song?
No.
One of the greatest poems ever written. In it, there's a goat that meets a terrible end, but there's the name of the goat, which is this girl names the goat, this very interesting, beautiful name. I think it's like Blackberry Thorn or something. And I was trying to be like, okay, well, that's a cool move. A child's innocence informs the name of an object that has tension around it. Let me try that. And I landed on Buttermilk Biscuit.
Love it.
I also write my poems a lot around lunch, so you'll often find food images slip in because I'm hungry, but I have to this is my time to write. I have to eat too. But yeah, Biscuit.
The minute you said that, my daughter has been 2 weeks ago, she had a fever that kept her back from school for a bit, and she binged Bluey, which she has seen hundreds of times, but she binged it for 3 days straight. And now her favorite go-to curse, whatever you want to call it, is Biscuit. So because
Biscuits.
It's a good
biscuits.
one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah, so that took me out of this poem immediately. When, you had a daughter name a dog Biscuit, but okay, where to start?
What I want out of this poem is zero punctuation.
Really?
I want this to be done in a single breath.
Wow. You want me to die while I Is it that bad?
No, maybe,
Flowers? I'm sorry.
It does kind of have that kind of beatnik, just kind of stream of consciousness flow to it.
Yeah.
You know?
So I had this scene.
Yeah.
Like this image came to me, my dad walking his dog. And I tend to, whenever I imagine something, I tend to imagine like some of the worst possible things that can happen.
As one does. A good thing.
As one does, normal brained. And so this kind of came from that. And what happened is it just started piling on. And as you can tell, this poem just has so many things that like if you were to take a sledgehammer to the center of this poem and I were to read you the remaining parts, it would still feel like roughly the same poem, It is overwrought and over-rendered. The whole scene where like his dog is drowning and he's thinking, man, my wife's going to be real bad.
Yes.
Like, what? Dude.
Yes, I was gonna go there with he sees the sycamore limbs with brambles as he reminded by the white threading in her hair.
Yeah,
that whole section was, oh man.
No, I would be like perma-couched. You know what I mean? If I mentioned, wow, honey, your white hair looks like sycamore branches. What? What?
Thank you.
Yeah. No. And then he's imagining he's holding the leash because I guess like he loses the dog, but he still has the leash somehow.
Cradling it.
Yeah. Like what? How does one cradle a leash? I don't know.
Limply.
Ineffectively.
Yeah. So. Okay. So this is you've imagined your dad walking a dog and the dog takes this impromptu leap into a well. Are there a lot of wells where you grew up?
So this is, yes, in parts of, yes, where I'm from, there are wells and there are abandoned and dried up wells that are often just boarded over. So it's not unreasonable for this to happen, being from certain parts of Texas.
Sure.
It is possible. Is it likely? No, but it's not unlikely. It's not like, yeah, it could happen. It could happen. Sure. I don't even know what word I'm looking for.
Impossible?
Impossible. Yeah.
It's not impossible.
Yeah.
I have no.
Yeah. You should have edited this poem.
No. Okay. I had a thought as you're talking about like things falling down. Well, you've written a reverse Lassie.
Oh.
It's usually what's that Lassie? Kids falling down a well. It's
what's that, man? You stupid butt, you're gonna die.
I love the idea though. Like a reverse Lassie also includes Lassie going home, and instead of fetching help, is like, oh, they're dead. There's no saving them. Like, what if Wednesday from the Addams Family and Lassie combined into one show?
Yes.
Just the most macabre dog in the world. Well, here's a biscuit.
Yeah, here's a biscuit. Speak. Well, it's bad news. Are you sure?
Okay, but this dog ultimately survives.
Survives, yes. And I do think the best part of the poem is the man, not everything that leads up to it, not even the Nordic swimmers, but I really like the cold feeling like a bite on the man's behind. And I really like the spider eggs being milky when they burst. I think everything else in the poem can go. But those two moments, I haven't actually salvaged them. I haven't used them in another poem. Maybe I will.
Yeah.
But the whole, you could tell by that point I was getting tired. And like when a writer is tired of writing, but they know they have to, they say things like, he didn't remember what happened next. But, just like guys, I've pummeled you with like 30 lines of just awful stuff. So let's just try to end this. And that's how he gets hits home. And then it turns into this weird internal rhetorical thing about God's shadow screaming.
Yes.
And
Yeah. Yeah. You pulled the editing trick of like a fade to black and then come
Right.
back a day later. We don't
Right.
really explain how they got out of that situation, but it's all
It's
okay
fine.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you get like super kind of existential. Has the
Hmm.
world never been the world? What?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Explain yourself. Explain. No. Yeah.
You know, I wish I could say something like extemporaneously smart here, but you know, generally speaking, especially nowadays with how social media and media in general kind of controls narrative, I'm in this like big phase of thinking like, well, the world that we see and the world that we observe isn't actually the real world, which is why you always should seek context and stuff like that. But it's been really slipping into my art. And I think this poem is from 4 or 5 years ago, this
Okay.
draft was. And so that was a really big moment, obviously 2020, 2021, where like context was important. Things were
Hmm.
changing, terrible things were happening. What was real and what I understood, especially as someone who worked in a hospital during COVID,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
and like what people chose to believe and how that overtness of choosing also informed almost every aspect of their life. Like that slipped into a lot of my work. And I think that specific line is more just like a signpost that I'm thinking about this, but is it relevant or good in the poem? I don't think so. I don't think that type of thinking needs to even be called out. I think it's something that you could probably want to have discovered in your work, not like here's the cliff notes at the end of my poem about what this poem's about, which is kind of what I think is happening here.
You see, the
So,
dog jumping into the well was
Right.
so unexpected it broke the man's worldview.
right. Profound. Profound. And I'm remembering now, I wrote this also because there was an anthology that was pitched that was going around social media about like a poetry book about dogs. And
Oh,
I was like, that's amazing. I love dogs and poetry. Let me try to write one. And so I wrote a poem about a dog that almost dies.
mhm.
And needless to say, this did not get finished in time, fortunately, for me to send it off. And so it was never even considered. That editor has no idea about this.
They
Worked out.
dodged something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Can I just say there are, like, you were talking about the other salvageable lines, but I
mhm,
do really like the not that God was here just now, but that he had been here once, but was now
mhm,
gone. We live where his shadow used to scrape.
mhm.
I really like that line. I think
Okay.
that's just, I think that's really gorgeous.
Well, thank you. I think there is something in the end of this poem, tone-wise, that I was writing towards. And
Yeah.
again, I don't want to spoil it, but I think I found it in the final poem that I will read today. And I think that sort of question about presence and darkness and how we live kind of within this darkness is the thing ultimately that I was trying to identify. Maybe a bit more of a somber note, but in addition to the weird bad times happening 5, 6 years ago now, that was around the time that my father fell into a coma
Oh.
and he was hospitalized. They weren't sure he was going to make it. He ended up making it.
Wow.
But then he got a diagnosis for prostate cancer,
Mhm.
and he was really struggling with what to do, and he was really ill. And he even talked about just saying like, well, maybe I just won't get treatment, and this will
Mm-hmm.
be my denouement. And so there is attached to this sense of I'm more aware of the precariousness of my father's life, I think, more than even my kids at this point. Like he
Mm.
has been nearing this precipice now for so long that I when I wrote about this dog and this well and this falling, obviously the character that came to mind as someone who is nearing this precipice, as someone who at any moment I
Mm.
feel like could fall, was my father and is my father. And I think the end of this poem, that is, and I'm glad you pointed that line out and sort of talked about that. That when I finally got there, that was the like, oh, there's more to this poem than like trying to get into an anthology. There's something here that I cannot put down. As bad and odd and unfortunate as the thing that comes before it, like all of that, I I had to work on this poem. And I spent the next 3 years working on this poem.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
That's the
beautiful.
beauty of processing and editing, that you
Yeah.
can you can get something down on a page and then realize, oh, I have something I need to say.
Hmm.
Not what I was expecting to say, but it's I need to process it for myself, and maybe it'll process for others.
100%. And I think this is also, as cliche as it sounds, it's like getting in the chair and writing the thing down, having the thing to edit and work with is always going to be better than sitting with something and then hoping when it finally comes out, it comes out in the right shape. This I just think came out in the most needed and worst way. And then I had to find myself, I had to help it find its way into the thing that it needed to be. And it worked out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Aaron, I think I may have accidentally cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. I was going to say,
anytime we can stop Aaron from talking is usually good.
It's a good thing. Yeah. But that context does add it's just a layer of kind of beauty into this piece. It doesn't explain away, like you said, how just overwrought it is.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, you can kind of start pulling at those threads of scene. And it drew me into something that I did want to lift up that I really liked was kind of the sacrifice of this father's love that he takes the dive into the well to save this dumb dog. It's just paddling around and probably doesn't even realize it's going to drown if once it gets tired. But he does it out of concern for like his kids. There's something that has put him in that position where he's like, I could let this go, but I will put myself in danger. I like that arc of character that happens here. But
thank you.
Okay, why the line, he throws his arm around his neck, letting himself be dragged across the house the way he let milk drag him into sleep? What is that image?
That's the toddler, the son, throws his arm around the dog, and the dog drags him around the house. Yeah. And then babies, when they're milk drunk, fall asleep. Look, it's two disparate things, and I connected them, right? As long as they're in the same sentence, it works.
It's a metaphor, Aaron.
Just feels so forced.
Pronoun confusion for sure. Like pronoun, like what is happening? Yeah. But no, it's that's another moment where it's almost like a CW family shot, you know what I mean? Like, look at this perfect family, right? Like, the thing that you see right before the main character's like whole life is exploded and they become the Punisher or something like that. That's this moment, right? Like, here's this backstory, here's the sweet dog, here's a sweet family, here's the thing that is being risked, the family's happiness, because the dog might perish and the dad has to salvage that, but also the dad is putting himself at risk trying to salvage that. Like, it's drama, right? But it's like you said, like I've said, it's overwrought. And do you know this idea of a horizontal move, right? In a poem?
Please explain.
So the poem naturally moves vertically down the page, typically. Yeah. And the moves and the gestures in a poem are, in addition to advancing the narrative, they're there to get you to the end of the line, right? Get you to the end of the poem. And a horizontal move is a move that sort of iterates on things that already exist. And so you'll have you'll have the poem continue, and then you'll hit this moment where the writer wants to make sure you get it. And so they'll write several things that reinforce what they're trying to say, and they're clobbering you over the head with it. Whereas if they just said one thing well, you could continue going down vertically. So that moment, or these, in fact, the whole poem is filled with these moments where, like, if I had just had the correct thing, if I had just rendered it correctly, I wouldn't need to have gone so overwrought. This is the benefit, though, I think, of writing in an overwrought and an over-rendered way, because by writing a bunch of crap, sometimes you can land on something good.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Are you proud of the silence that is the silence?
No.
That's why you were defending my fresh refreshing earlier.
Yeah, no, I think your poem was amazing to set up my poem. It was a great opening act.
Or is that one of those moments where you went very horizontal by deciding to reiterate a silence that is also the silence with capital T, capital S?
Right, no, like full on Play-Doh there, right? Like, you may sit in front of the fire, but my guy is going to unbuckle himself and get out of that cave. Yeah, I have this thing that I want to speak to, and at this point, when I first started drafting the poem, I could only speak to it with what language was already there. So a silence.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wish I could say it was like a placeholder, but at the time of writing this, it was more like I have hit it. I have touched on something that I have never even brushed against before. Great. And then like as soon as I sent this to beta readers and they just like replied with emails filled with question marks, like I realized I hadn't hit it. In fact, I may have been aiming at a mountain and missed.
You have me so eager to hear the final product. I try to pull in this image at the end here. A man deeper into the dark it speaks. We'll move on. We'll move on from that.
Yeah, I would like to hear that good poem, but I guess I'll have to settle for like the next best thing.
Which is another bad poem?
I thought that's where you were going, Aaron.
You nailed it. Yeah.
I think we're all on the same page.
We have segued successfully. Well done, everyone.
Into the next best thing.
Yes.
Yeah, which is the title of the poem.
Yes.
Honestly, I didn't catch that at first. I forgot the title of my own poem.
This is called horizontal
segueing.
Yeah.
Welcome to My Bad Transitions.
Todd, please read the next best thing.
Oh my God. Okay. I was just digging around in my dustbin of abandoned drafts, and here's one I found that I thought was kind of funny. The next best thing. A message spelled out in driftwood and kelp. Ocean closed. No visitors allowed. Ambulances line the boardwalk here. A marlin jutting out a surfer's back. There, a woman screaming as sea urchins cascade down her hair. All over the world, similar reports are coming in. No swimmers, no boats. Tankers piled up on beaches like toys toddlers have abandoned. Even the moon's reflection scraped off the surface and launched like balled up paper at the black trash bag above. At the local dive, a man tells me yesterday he threw in an urn of his wife's ashes and the tide spit it back up intact, glistening on the pier like a gunless bullet. So I unscrewed the lid and walked away, he says. Sure, it's not what she wanted, but it was the next best thing. So I think I wanted to, because there's the dad obviously wondering about, oh crap, I might have to like bring home this limp leash. I was in the headspace of really terrible husbands and sons, I guess. And I was like, what a POS, but I guess this works.
Well, that's all the time we have for this. This might warrant.
Why don't we talk about gunless bullets? I don't.
Oh my gosh, Todd!
No, we will get to gunless bullets. We have to start at the beginning. Are you kidding? The marlin jutting out of a surfer's back? Like those first.
They're very sharp, Dave.
Oh my gosh!
Would those pointers be strong enough to hold the weight of a full marlin if it's sticking out, or would it snap? Someone.
Yeah, I don't know. In this poem, yes.
It will. Have you never seen fishing videos where marlins jump into a boat and go through a dude's calf?
No. Have you?
No, they're.
Don't watch those.
Okay, good. I won't.
But like this opening, all I could think was, who's the movie director with the terrible
Spielberg?
twists?
Oh,
come on, Aaron!
Wow, yeah.
I thought you were going with Jaws. Yep. Okay.
Aaron hates Spielberg. That's what we've learned.
Pretty amazing. And this time too.
Oh. No, I thought M. Night Shyamalan, like the happening.
Right.
When the plants kill people, and it's like, no, the ocean is mad at us.
Yeah, the ocean.
I honestly thought that's where this was going.
I think
the ocean put up a little sign.
I think I was trying to dabble a little bit in like, what if there was an eco poet who was funny. And
we have that. It's Jared.
And that's not a space I could occupy. But Jared certainly owns. I failed.
Oh man. Yes. So the ocean is revolting, obviously, because we deserve it. Kind of hit us over the head with that. You give us a moon. Well done.
You
gotta give the move its props.
It's a balled up paper of a moon, and the sky is trash. Which I feel like if there's a rivalry there, the ocean probably would say the sky is trash.
Yeah.
Oh, so, okay. I like that. Yeah. I thought you were touching on like space pollution with all the junk we've sent up there, but
Oh yeah,
that's 1,000%.
It's great to be understood.
Oh, this is incredible. This is the second poem in a row from a guest that has to do with the ocean and the moon. Nina Prater has one on sea urchins that she brought us about a month ago. So
barnacles.
Barnacles, my bad.
I have recently written about barnacles too. So I don't know what it is about them. They're so funny.
They're strange.
So strange.
They just hold on. Yeah.
But here, no, the urchins are cascading down a woman's hair.
Right.
All over the world.
All over the world.
All over the world.
Okay. The ocean is not safe.
It's closed,
no,
folks.
Yeah, it's closed. No trespass. Staff
but
only.
they at least the ocean told us nicely with driftwood and kelp.
Right.
I'm glad it can spell out words in English.
Right. I should have changed that to like an oceany font. I think like it's in like Arial right now. But like, what about the one that's like on places that sell a lot of hummus? You know what I'm talking about? The what is it? The one that's like, I can't even. It's the same one that they use for the Avatar movies.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's a very landy font. That'd be like the ocean's trying to get to our level. Like, okay, yeah.
I really thought you were going for like the Ron John Surf Co. or something.
Or Windings or something.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
And then, so, apocalyptic oceanscape works its way down to, like you said, a POS husband who's thrown his wife's ashes.
Tried.
Yeah. But it spilled back up like Big Lebowski.
No, but it's still in the urn. But yes, right.
Okay.
He didn't spread her ashes. He like football lobbed the ashes in the ocean, and the ocean was like, "Catch, no." So
absolutely not.
So the gunless bullet is the ocean giving back the urn.
Yeah, that's not clear.
Yeah,
I get it now. Yes, thank you. Well, I was still envisioning, okay, he threw in an urn of his wife's ashes. I suppose the ambiguity there, I was picturing like he unscrewed, threw in an urn. Like, I'm shaking
that's dumped, right?
That's dumped.
Spread,
You're right.
Scattered.
That was my bad. Yeah. I apologize,
and it literally
Todd.
says the next line that he unscrewed it then.
Dave, be nice.
Okay. So I'll explain it for all of the stupid people like Aaron. What? Was that not kind?
I unscrewed the lid and walked away. Okay. I got it. Yeah, I guess
he tried. You got to give him credit.
In the
ocean's closed. Like,
in
what
the
is he
laziest
supposed to do?
way, I suppose. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And that is not the speaker. That is a man at a local dive reporting this back to the speaker.
Right.
Why are we getting this report at the end of an apocalyptic ocean scene about a wife's urn?
You know, I think ultimately I'm more interested in people than the end of the world. So
I love that.
Yeah, I think it's basically that.
That is not apparent in this poem, but yes, I love that.
But with like the backstabbing Marlins, I get it.
I guess that's person-centered.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it depends on how accurate the Marlin was.
Where the stick is, yeah.
Right. So in that, it's just little napkin doodle of a poem.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to write, easy to walk away from, you know?
As one should. And it's written in couplets.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what's your choice of style when you're attacking a poem like a rough draft?
Yeah, so That's a great question, by the way. I love couplets. I see couplets as a framing for two things that are intersecting. So perspective
Why
into the
they're
world,
coupled,
guy.
right?
Yeah. they are two things,
They're
right? Yeah.
coupled. Yep.
But I also see them as like an opportunity to like open a door onto something and then shut it. Almost like what the four line stanza, the quatrain, is kind of treated like a room. I treat couplets like doors, kind of moving between different things. Which is
Okay.
why every stanza kind of focuses on different things. And I think it's a great spot, again, where two things collide, there can be tension. And I also like it because it's a form or it's a stanza that, because of the white space between the couplets, I feel like it invites leaping, it invites turns, it invites surprise. And so when I don't know what to write, but I know I want to write something weird, I will try to bang out these couplets, and I can do this contained sort of stanza of two different things, and then I can make a leap to a next thing. And I think that keeps it fresh. I think one of the things that I try to strive for when I write is to always try to write something new. I'm not a believer in everything's been written. Like Shakespeare has no idea what Bitcoin is. You know what I mean? Like there's different things now, and there's different approaches. And so I think it's useful as that. So, the leaping, the springboarding, I think is really important to couplets when I draft.
I love that. Mm-hmm. And it made me think, for some reason, I'm fully on board. This is not in any way disrespectful, but your image,
a lot of caveats there, Aaron.
I'm really worried.
Your image of opening doors and leaping and stuff. I thought of Muppet Babies, because they had the animated series Muppet Babies. They had that hallway of doors, and they would open it, and it'd just be random scenes of things, like old black and white movies. And yeah,
I watched that show a lot when I was young. I'm Muppet Babies generation. I wonder if that influences craft. Honestly, it's really funny you talk about that, because I often think about Tom and Jerry cartoons and the metaphor of those animals running in a straight line while also panning back and forth along the same backgrounds. And I was like, is that a metaphor? Is that deep? Is that I don't know. I think a lot about how that media that we consumed and how normal weird stuff was, particularly like when we were growing up, how that informs how we write now. Like the children today have Bluey and not Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, right.
There's a contrast there, and probably going to lead to better things as a result.
One would hope.
One hopes, but I certainly wonder. How do I say this? When I was first starting to write my weird stuff and sending it out, I noticed there was a generational divide. Like, people who were older didn't vibe with it, but people who were Gen X and younger were like, hey, wait a minute, I'm with you on this. And it's been interesting. And then now I feel like it's younger folks aren't as on board with some of that weirdness too. It's been very interesting, like a dynamic going back and forth. And I'm wondering if some of that is just a cascading effect of the very bizarre media we were given,
Yeah, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network.
Courage? That show was dark.
Courage that was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yes. That explains so much of this art. Oh, wow. Well, you have definitely painted a bizarre picture here with The Next Best Thing.
Thanks.
Anything that you have salvaged from this? Any bottles that have come to shore?
No.
Good. Okay.
No, not at all. I had forgotten I had written this, and I was kind of sad that I had, but I was like, well, there is a place for this, and here it is.
Here it is. Well, we're glad you brought it here. Well, in this present time, we need to wrap up.
Yep.
So, Todd, we end each week with the words of a true poet. And we would like to hear now the glorious return of this, the Thursday the Miracle died, or whatever. What was that Thursday when the Miracle died?
We did talk about the Thursday thing too. I was being specific is good here, right? Oh my God.
So let's hear a poem you're proud of.
Sure. This poem is called Present Tense. My father's telling me about his dog, how it fell into a well when they were walking down a wooded path. His dog ran across some rotted planks. The planks splintered, and whoosh, my father says, "No more dog." I look at the clock and remind my father it's 3 a.m. "I'm not finished," he says. He tells me about the rope he bought, the bucket, how he knotted the rope to the bucket, lowered it down, and yelled for the dog to get in. But all I pulled up was more barking. "Dad," I say, "this never happened." He says he can't remember how long he tried to get the dog to shimmy into the bucket, just that at some point, when the sky turned tawny, "Dad, as a pitcher of sweet tea, Dad," he decided to give up. "Dad," I say, "it's late, I'm tired, and you're dead." "Damn it, son," my father says. "Let me finish." My father tells me about filling the bucket with dirt and pouring the dirt into the well. And I know what he's getting at. I know he's going to tell me bucket by bucket he filled the well and the dog jumped out. He's going to say something about how the dog led him home through the dark. I know this so loudly I don't hear at first my father's silence. "Dad," I say. "Dad, are you there?" I keep lowering the bucket, but all I ever pull up are leaves. Red leaves. Lately, some gold.
Wow.
It's different, right?
Oh my gosh. This is incredible, Todd.
Yeah. Really proud of this one. I feel very fortunate that it was picked up by Three Penny. It is, yeah. And you see, Dave, you mentioned the shadow scraping in the dark, and this is what that dark turned into.
Wow. And the silence turned into I don't hear at first my father's silence.
Yeah.
Like it stays, but
You see it?
It's so different and it's beautiful. Wow. Well, this is a masterclass. I mean, seriously, Todd. I mean, this is, yeah, you could have given me 100 chances to edit that poem and never would I have gotten to this, but this is incredible. So, yeah.
Thank you.
I was having an argument with someone recently about their use of AI. And I kept talking about a phrase that I have heard, just be bad at something and get better. And I feel like this is a perfect example of you wrote something that didn't really make sense even to you, and it didn't feel right, and it was overwritten and didn't work. And then holy crap, after the effort you put into it, it's just incredible. Like I don't really have words. That's just beautiful.
Thank you. That's tough. Like there's I needed to write this. This is, there's always that sense that you have to write what you need to write, but sometimes you don't really know what that is, and you have to fumble around for it. And I think I accidentally fumbled into this, and this idea that, even though he's alive, when my father almost died, like doctors were telling me he's going to die. Even though he didn't die, I had already started the process of believing and preparing my life for when he was dead. And that didn't vanish now that he's still around. And so I carry this sort of silence and darkness with me. And I needed a way to hold it in my hands. And I think that's ultimately what this poem became.
Yeah. It's naming a grief that society doesn't tend to allow. Kind of that pre-grief, anticipatory. Yeah. No, wonderful. Well, I won't say it's a happy note, but it's an incredible one. Todd, thank you for coming on our show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
This has been My Bad Poetry.
Now go write some bad poetry.
And watch out for the marlins jutting into people's backs and the urchins in your hair, and be careful out there. Red dog.
Red dog.
Red dog.
Rhyme free doesn't matter.